Hey Pisces, welcome to your weekly forecast for February 28th through March 6th. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You might stumble upon this video after the time frame I mentioned. That's certainly fine. You're going to find it whenever you are meant to find it, whenever it was time for you to find it, and when it was time for you to hear the messages. Keep in mind, these are general readings for the Pisces collective. Not every single message will resonate. Take what does and leave what doesn't. All right, Pisces. One more shuffle here. Okay, let's get right on into it. So the first card that's coming up is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a card that comes up when we might be working really hard on something. We might be putting a lot of time and energy into a situation. Seven of Pentacles wants us to know that our hard work is going to pay off, but chances are you're working on something very big or very life-changing or very foundational, because Seven of Pentacles also tells us that this is going to take some time. This is not going to be an overnight process, right? We have this symbolism here of a man working in a field. When you plant a seed, it takes time for that seed to grow. There's really not much that we can do to defy the laws of time and physics to make something happen or to get something done. It's going to happen in however long it takes for a flower to grow or a tree to grow. And we can't necessarily fast forward that kind of stuff. Seven of Pentacles also warns us that we don't want to do too much. If this guy keeps going out into the field and he's like, oh, it's not growing fast enough, let me water it more, let me water it more, and he's watering it 10 times a day, he's going to drown it. Or, oh, it's not growing fast enough, maybe I planted it in the wrong spot, let me scoop it up and move it over and put it in some other place, maybe it'll like another spot more. It's not going to have a chance to really like establish firm roots. It's not going to grow. So we don't want to do too much. We don't want to poke at something too much. We don't want to mess with it too much. We just put the effort in it and we let time do its thing. Seven of Pentacles to me is like basically saying, look, you need to leave room for God, universe, spirit to step in and to do its part. You need to leave room for your guardian angels to do their part. If you're constantly working it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you're not leaving room for help. You have to leave room for help. If I had you over my house and I was preparing a meal and I was like, oh, Pisces, I forgot to do the salad. Can you please, help me with the salad, right? And so you go and you get the vegetables and you're starting to chop them up. And I come over, oh, we're out of time. This is taking a long time. And I take over and I start chopping the salad. And you're like, oh, okay, well, then I guess I'll go check on the rice that's on the stove. And you go over to check on the rice. And then I run over there and I start checking the pot. Like, I'm not letting you help me. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to stand back. You're going to say, okay, Amethyst is not giving me any space to contribute. Amethyst is not giving me any space to help. Sometimes we do that with our guardian angels. Sometimes we do that with our friends and family. So Pisces, the Seven of Pentacles, is saying, do what you can, but leave space for time and physics to do what it needs to do. Leave space for other people to step in and to contribute. Maybe let somebody give you a hand this week. Maybe let a family member take care of a certain chore. They might not do it the same exact way that you would do it, but that's okay. At least it's giving you time to rest. Or if you're married, maybe let your spouse, step in and handle something. And again, they might not do it the way that you would do it. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be exactly 100% how you do it. But allow space for yourself. Allow time for yourself. Don't overwork something. Don't run around trying to take care of everything. You will burn out and it's not going to speed anything up. It's not going to make anything happen any sooner. So rest. Do what you need to do and then rest. Give yourself time and let time do the rest. Okay, because there's issues of timing here. The next card that's coming up here for Pisces is the Knight of Swords. Some of you could be dealing with an air sign person. Air sign people would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. It can also be someone who's stepping in with criticism or a demand for you to do things in a different way. Okay, because of the energy that I'm feeling here so far at the foundation of the reading, I feel there may be some really high pressures, Pisces, for some of you with friends or family or even in a work situation where you feel like you're having to take care of everything. You feel like you're running around and you're doing everything, like you're breaking your back. I feel somebody else is coming at you and saying, but Pisces, you don't let me help you. I try to help you. You don't let me help you. Now, your next response might be, well, I can't let you help me because then I have to go back and I have to do it over again. I can't let you help me because, there's going to be mistakes or it's not going to get done the right way. You might want to be cautious with that response. It might be the truth and it might be your truth. But this can create a big argument or a big disagreement. And really what you have to ask yourself, Pisces, is this. And it's going to be different for different ones of you. I can't tell you how to live your life. I can't tell you which decisions to make. But this is the lesson that Spirit wants you to learn. And this is the question that Spirit wants you to ask yourself. The ways in which you're stepping in and you're having to do everything because this other person or these other people aren't going to be able to do it the right way. They're not going to be able to do it the way that you would do it. Okay. Ask yourself this question. If I step aside and let this person or these people do it their way, even though it's not being done the way that I would do it, how is it going to affect my life in the long term? Is it going to have a long-term effect on my life? Be honest, Pisces. Be honest. Is it going to make such a big difference in your life to where it's going to matter on your deathbed? Is it something that you would be thinking about on your deathbed saying, God, if only those forms were filled out the way I would have filled them out? Or, oh gosh, they took out the trash, but they didn't put the trash bag back in the trash can when they didn't replace the liner. Are you really going to be thinking about that on your deathbed? Is it going to matter? If it's not going to matter, let it go. Let them step in and do it their way. And if you have to go back and say, oh, you know what? I really appreciate you doing that for me. But you know what? You missed this line on the form. Or, oh man, thank you so much for taking out the trash. Could you please put a new trash bag in? And you can do the follow-up. And maybe eventually they'll get tired of hearing you with the follow-ups and they'll do it before you ask them to do it. But really, how much of an impact is it making on your life if people aren't doing things the way that you would do it? Is it really going to affect your life in the long term? And if it's not, then let go of that stress and let it be. Let it be one less thing for you to worry about so that you can enjoy your life while you're here on this planet. And you can have time for yourself. But I feel this is the argument. You're frustrated because nobody's helping you. And somebody else is getting annoyed because they're like, I'm trying to help you, but you won't let me. And the disconnect here is that, okay, this person's not doing it the way that you would do it. But at the end of the day, does it matter? Now, I don't know. In your circumstance, maybe it does matter. But this is something you have to think about. Your next card coming up here is the Magician. Some of you are dealing with a Gemini. There is also a Virgo element to Gemini. There's also a Virgo element to the Magician as well. Okay, some of you could be dealing with a Virgo. If you have a Gemini or Virgo placement, There could be really big changes or really big shifts happening for you in those areas of your life or in those houses and those placements. Now, the Magician is about seeing through the illusion. The Magician is about manifesting and creating. And a lot of the times the Magician comes up when we're seeing signs. Our angels and guides are trying to let us know we're on the right track or we're headed in the right direction, and to stay focused, to keep our eyes on the prize. We're manifesting at a very fast rate, and so we want to make sure that our thoughts and our focus is on what we want to manifest, because manifestation is happening quickly. Important to stay focused. You may see repeating angel numbers. You may see a specific number repeatedly. You may keep seeing 1111, 222, 333, 444, 555, 777. You may be seeing a specific number all the time, everywhere. You know, and over time you'll notice there's certain numbers that mean something very specific for you. I see 25 and I go, oh gosh, oh man, right? I'll find quarters all over the place. Quarters would just materialize wherever I am. Or I'll see 25 and I'm like, oh man, okay, here we go again. I know that there's going to be big changes. I see 25 and that's Spirit telling me, buckle up your safety belt. We're going to go through some big changes and you're going to be transplanted someplace, right? So you will have certain things over time that will mean something to you. You will see that number or that sign and you will immediately know what phase or what season is coming into your life. But know and understand that it's a part of your journey and a part of you accomplishing the things you're meant to accomplish in this lifetime. So you might be receiving a lot of confirmation or a lot of reminders from your angels and your guides right now to stay focused, to stay the course, to stay the path. And you may be manifesting very quickly. We talked about seeing through the illusion, and I feel a lot of that for you, Pisces, is seeing through the need for perfection and realizing that really on this plane, there's no such thing as perfection and the way that we're taught to look for perfection. It doesn't exist. Not in that way. And to see through the illusion of things having to be a certain way. They don't have to be a certain way. You can take that pressure off of yourself. So I do see there's a seeing through that illusion for many of you as well. The next card that's coming up here for Pisces is the Strength card, another major arcana card. Now, when I have major arcana cards coming in back to back, it tells me big changes in a short period of time, breaking out of past life agreements, contracts and beliefs that no longer serve us. It's a really big energetic upgrade, a really big shift and clearing that you're going through when there's major arcana cards coming in back to back for me in my readings. The Strength card can indicate that some of you may be dealing with a Leo. If you have a Leo placement, again, there could be big changes or shifts happening for you in those areas of your life. Now, the Strength card is about commitment. The Strength card is about loyalty. The Strength card is about embracing vulnerability and finding strength in that vulnerability. It's about going out into the unknown and conquering it. Seeing that not only can you be successful, but you can absolutely thrive. And you can come out of it on top. And I often think about this woman and this lion that's sitting at her feet as if it were a dog, as if it were a family dog or like a guard dog that's protective of her. It's a lion. She went out into the wild and she conquered even the lion. She conquered the king of the wild, the jungle. And so I imagine how this happened. I don't think she did it by going up to that lion and picking a fight with it to beat it into submission. It would have torn her to shreds. And I imagine she respected it. She gave it its space. She stayed out of its way. Maybe she left food and water out for it. Maybe she took care of it when it was sick or when it was injured. And through those kindnesses and through that gentleness, this lion now protects her and defends her. If you or I tried to walk up to her and lay a single finger on her, that lion would tear us apart. But she has that power over that lion through her beautiful heart, through her kindness, through her compassion, through her nurturing energy, and through her gentleness. So Pisces, you can have strength in the same way. A lot of the Pisces I know do not like confrontation. They don't like to rock the boat. And Pisces, you guys have had an ongoing theme in your weekly forecasts for quite some time, where a lot of you felt sick and tired of having to constantly appease everybody around you. A lot of you felt sick and tired of constantly having to edit yourself or mold or shape yourself to the interests of others or to the needs of others. And a lot of you have been feisty and speaking up more and sick of it. And now some of you are maybe struggling with that. And the Strength card is saying you can be strong. You don't have to choose between the two extremes of being a pushover and being a battle axe. This can especially be true for those of you who are working in a corporate environment. And you might feel like your options are either to be the super nice person that everybody likes and everybody gets along with, but then you don't get treated with respect and you get everything dumped on you. Or to be the cutthroat person who comes in and I'm not friends with anybody. I'm not here to make friends. And somebody who comes in really cutthroat. You don't have to choose between those dynamics. This can happen a lot for women. Now, guys, don't get mad at me that I'm saying this. And I'm not putting men down when I say this. But a lot of women have a hard time in a corporate environment because they feel like they either have to play office mother, where they're the loving, nurturing, soothing person in the office that brings in cookies and treats and always has safety pins and Tylenol for everybody in their purse. Or they have to be the office hoe, where everybody's getting a turn and that's how they get raises and they get ahead. Or they have to be the battle axe, the cutthroat, excuse my language, bitch, And a lot of times we get stuck in those dynamics, or we think we have to be in those dynamics. And the Strength card is saying you don't have to be in any of those dynamics. You can have strength simply by being in this understanding, patient, compassionate energy. You don't have to take over power through brute force. You don't have to take over power through confrontation. You have your boundaries. You keep yourself protected. You keep yourself safe. You focus on your self-preservation and balance that out with whatever can be done to help a situation or a need. And you find allies. You get ahead. It doesn't have to be through extremes. You may want to check out your moon sign and your rising sign. Some weeks your moon or rising sign might resonate more for you than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. There's also a link in the description of the video. It might be easier to just click the link and schedule. There's also a link in the description of the video to watch the love readings for March. Those are posted. And don't forget, every single day I've been posting a card of the day. So you might want to check out the daily messages as well for those of you who just want a little daily message coming in. And I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Hopefully I'll see you all in the comments of the card of the day as well. Take care, my dears. Be well, Pisces.